So we're going to rank every John Cena WrestleMania match as of right now. Let's go. So we're going to start off with WrestleMania 20 MSG. John Cena faces the Big Show for the U.S. Championship. I will put this under You Can't See Me average. It was an average match. This could have been on any random SmackDown or B-level show. John Cena actually did use brass knucks to win this match, by the way, which is actually kind of funny that he used brass knucks. He cheats to win, to beat the Big Show and win his first ever singles title, the U.S. Championship. It was a fine match. It was nothing special, but it did give John Cena his first major title win in MSG at WrestleMania. So I'll say it was a C. Next we have WrestleMania 21, where he wins his first world title 20 years ago in Hollywood versus JBL. Again, this was a nothing of a match. I low-key want to put it under D, but I'll say also this is a You Can't See Me average match. It's JBL. I still don't feel like JBL deserved to be in this position, but it was the right call to have John Cena defeat JBL to win his first ever world title and create a new era following WrestleMania 21. So that's where we go with that. Next, we have WrestleMania 22 in Chicago versus Triple H to defend his WWE Championship. Now, I actually hold this match in very high regard. In my opinion, I will put this under AA for always awesome, because this is when the crowd completely turned on John Cena and they were cheering the heel in Triple H, and Triple H just played to the crowd. And they had a very great match, kind of like Hogan Rock, to where they kind of used the crowd to tell the story. And even though John Cena was still playing as the babyface, I love the energy of this match. They actually had a very solid match in the ring. The most notable moment is for sure when Triple H went to go to get the sledgehammer. Before he did that, he hit the DX chop, which is the same thing that Shawn Michaels did earlier in the night versus Vince McMahon. So that definitely is a memorable moment. But Triple H taps here, and John Cena wins and retains his WWE Championship. This is a very, just even from the entrances, like CM Punk being on the car, on the motorcade or whatever for John Cena's entrance, and him having a gun and blasting the crowd like, yo, what's going on, son? Triple H on the throne with Motorhead and King of Kings. The first time we heard that, it's just a very memorable WrestleMania from the entrances to the finish. So, yeah, I got to give that an AA. Next, we have WrestleMania 23 with the car going through the glass. This, I would put in AA as well. I think this match is a little bit overrated. However, once they get past the whole, I'm about to tell myself of putting this under B. I think, you know what? No, F that. I'm putting this in B, because the first half of this match, Shawn Michaels is the heel, and he's out working John Cena, but it's like, I don't believe it, because just like the Kurt Angle match, John Cena is stronger than you and faster than you. Why is Shawn working as a heel? John Cena should be working as the heel, because the crowd is not behind him. The crowd is behind Shawn. So that's the only thing that bothers me. But once they go to the outside, just like the Kurt Angle match with Shawn at WrestleMania 21, once they go to the outside and Shawn Michaels does his Shawn Michaels things and John Cena fights back, that's when I feel like the match properly starts. So, yeah, I don't have that being better than the Triple H match at WrestleMania 22. I know that's probably going to be very controversial. I just think it's a little overrated. But to see Shawn Michaels work heel is fun, because we get to actually see him work heel, which he rarely ever does, except at WrestleMania. But yeah, John Cena taps out Shawn Michaels and retains the title. Cool moment. And this is actually officially when I genuinely, for sure, turned on John Cena, because I wanted Shawn to have the title so bad. But yeah, I would put this under B. WrestleMania 24, the triple threat match. Randy Orton defends his WWE title versus John Cena and Triple H. John Cena, who won the Royal Rumble that year after his surprise return at MSG, wins the Rumble. I will put this, I low-key want to put this under A. This was a vibe. Actually, you know what? I'll put this on A. I feel like this is a very underrated WrestleMania match. I don't know why. I just feel like, first of all, everybody was so sure that either John Cena or Triple H was going to win here because it's John Cena and Triple H. And they didn't go that route. And I love that they had a proper triple threat match where they infused each other's moves and everything. And I think this is just a very underrated match that is just a great watch. And the proper person won, and Randy Orton establishing himself as the WWE champion, even though he would lose the title a month later to Triple H. But at least they gave him this win here, which Randy Orton needed at the time since he didn't have a significant win at WrestleMania outside of his match with Foley and Rock. So I just really like this match, and I think it's definitely under always awesome. So yeah, I really like that 24 WrestleMania match. Next we have WrestleMania 25 with Edge and Big Show. Edge defending his World Heavyweight Championship. They had to follow Undertaker and Shawn, which is definitely a shame. If this was any other pay-per-view and they didn't have to follow what they followed, I would probably have this higher. But because, one, John Cena was literally just champion a month prior, they put Big Show in here for no goddamn reason. And it's like, John Cena was supposed to be the babyface, yet he's blackmailing Vicky Guerrero just to get into the match, which is a very heelish thing to do. There's just no, I just didn't vibe with how this match got put together. Then once we get to the actual match, it's a very fine, fast-paced match where John Cena wins, and it's just like, I'm sorry, I think Edge should have retained here. I think if you're going to have this match, have Edge retain. Have them beat Big Show, or have them even pin Big Show together to set up the match they're going to have the following month. But this match I just can't get into it. I just can't get into it. And I think it's because of all the circumstances I mentioned surrounding it. And that might be unfair to the match, but I can't have it bigger. I can't have it any higher tier than You Can't See Me average. Let's see. WrestleMania 26. John Cena versus Batista. I literally just watched this match recently. Batista, who turned heel for the first time since like 2004, and defends his WWE Championship versus John Cena. To me, I was going to put this in B, but the first half of this match is just such a nothing of a match. I got to put this under You Can't See Me average. Again, I know that's probably going to be unpopular. A lot of people have this higher, but watching that match back, it's just like, this just doing nothing the first half of this match. It is until the second half of this match to where it picks up. I have it under You Can't See Me average. WrestleMania 27. The Miz, I still can't believe The Miz main event at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 27, The Miz versus John Cena, where John Cena basically gets himself counted out like a dumbass. Then The Rock restarts the match, only to screw over John Cena, and The Miz pins John Cena, even though he has a full-blown concussion. This is a FU. This match was a FU to the crowd that went in attendance, the people that bought it, and FU to wrestling, because there's no reason, first of all, this match should have happened, because The Miz should have never been champion, and two, just the whole restart and all that, it's just like John Cena and The Miz actually would have a way better match, I want to say a month later on Raw. Like, it was like, why do you have this match at WrestleMania? So, there was a big FU, so, yeah. The Rock versus John Cena, once in a lifetime. WrestleMania 28. I'm putting this under GOAT. I don't care what nobody says. Like, I watched this match back and I still have all the feelings I had as someone who truly hated John Cena with every fiber of my being and loved The Rock, as he's the person that got me into wrestling. And even though the match was slow at times, when they actually had action, I was into it every single moment, everything that happened. And yeah, this is a GOAT status for me. I don't care what nobody says. This is a special match that should have been once in a lifetime. Now, following that, you have WrestleMania 29, twice in a lifetime. Now, this might be very controversial, as The Rock winds up beating CM Punk to win and end the 434-day reign of CM Punk, wins the title. CM Punk, John Cena wins the Rumble, setting up twice in a lifetime. I said it's going to be very controversial because a lot of people probably have this under like D or You Can't See Me Average. I actually have this under B. I know that's going to be very controversial because people think this is a very trash match. I think that this match is somewhat underrated because of one, it was a rematch from last year. Two, they didn't add any stipulation from the previous year. They didn't add making a no disqualification, still cage, something like that. But even with that being said, I think the work rate in this match is 10 times better, even with the spamming of the finishers, because they used the everything that happened from last year and implemented into this year with the reversals and the Cena going for the people's elbow and reversing it to The Rock going for the You Can't See Me, reversing it. Like, my only gripe is the finish. I think it should have ended with The Rock going for the You Can't See Me and getting the FU. I think he should have they should have ended it there. That's my only gripe with the match, for real. Unlike a lot of people, they hate that there was so many finishers. I didn't really mind it. I think the first like 5 minutes of the match is kind of like you literally doing the same match from last year. That's my only gripe. That in the finish. But outside of that, I actually think it's a really solid match. So I gave it a B, even with John Cena winning, which gives you how much I respect that match. WrestleMania 30, Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. I'm not going to give it an FU, but it's definitely D. To me, this match should have set up Bray Wyatt to be a big star. The story they were telling with John Cena refusing to go to the evil side, and Bray was trying to make John Cena go to the evil side, and he refused and beat Bray Wyatt, who was undefeated by this point. It was a great character, and there was no reason for him to lose here. So it was actually a very solid match. But the fact that Bray lost here, I'm sorry, I can't put it above more than a D. I just can't, because it was a wrong call, absolutely wrong call. Here we have Rusev versus John Cena, WrestleMania 31, and Cali. John Cena going after the United States Championship. This match was actually pretty good. By this time, John Cena, I don't know what happened to John Cena. He all of a sudden started to implement new moves in his arsenal after like a decade, and he started to actually work better. Now, he still was robotic, but he was at least trying. I'll give him that. Now, as much as I ragged on Bray Wyatt losing, I actually thought this was a very solid match. Again, I can't put it above You Can't See Me average. But even though I think Rusev could have definitely used the win, John Cena winning and then doing the U.S. Open Challenge, I think was a dope era. And again, I think the match is actually way better. Not way better, but I think it is better than the Bray Wyatt match. So I'll give it a You Can't See Me average, even though he did win. WrestleMania 33, The Miz and Maurice versus Nikki Bella and John Cena tag team match where John Cena proposes, which that's kind of awkward now. There was a big FU to me. Like, I did not care about this. I think you had John Cena tie the record for most world title wins with Ric Flair at the Rumble, only to lose the title 3 weeks later to be in this dumbass feud tag team match. I'm like, bro, I couldn't give two shits about this match. He should have been either defending his title versus like AJ at WrestleMania or Roman, or going after the title at WrestleMania, or even having a match with Undertaker that he would wind up having the following year. Or Samoa. Actually, no, he was supposed to face Samoa Joe here. I'm like, why did we sacrifice not giving Samoa Joe a WrestleMania slot for this dumbass match? So, no, I don't care about this. This is a big FU because we could have got Samoa Joe versus John Cena. So, no, I ain't rocking with this. WrestleMania 34, John Cena, The Undertaker, first time ever at WrestleMania. And actually, I think the first time they've even had a match since like 2003. I know there have been multi-man matches and stuff, but I think the first time they had a proper match one-on-one since 2003, which in my opinion, not only is a big FU, but I can't give it a FU. I'll give it it is a FU. No, it is a FU because even though I thought it was a very solid 3 minutes, it was 3 minutes. This is The Undertaker after supposedly retiring at 33. And it's did this whole big ordeal that John Cena didn't have a path to WrestleMania. What's he going to do at WrestleMania? And he calls out Undertaker, cuts these scathing heel type promos, and they do so much that even John Cena is in the crowd as a fan because if the Undertaker can't come out, I'm not going to wrestle at WrestleMania. Throughout the event, so midway through the event, it's revealed to him that the Undertaker is there. And instead of just giving us Undertaker versus John Cena, they have to do this whole big ordeal of Elias, which I like Elias, but that time given to Elias coming out and stringing his guitar and all that, you could have gave to this match and gave it a proper, at least like 10 minutes. If it wasn't going to be a big, if you didn't have faith that Undertaker could go, at least give him 10 minutes. That's the respect. Like I just can't get over how much disrespect they gave not only to John for all he's done, but to Taker for all he's done. That you couldn't give John and Taker at least a 10-minute match at WrestleMania, especially the fact that we've been wanting to see this for years. But yet you gave goddamn Braun Strowman and his 12-year-old tag team partner like goddamn 11 minutes or whatever. Like, bro, come on, dog. This match was a big FU. A big FU to the fans that have been wanting to see this match forever. So, I'm sorry, I can't rank it higher than a FU because I really think I really think Undertaker could have at least given us a 10-minute match. Like, I think he was good enough, like, still to give us a 10-minute match with John Cena. Even if he did still win, like, that mind-boggling to me. Next, we have John Cena versus The Fiend. This is GOAT. I don't care what nobody said. John Cena versus The Fiend in the Firefly Funhouse is GOAT shit, bro. Like, we'll never see anything like that again. That match was special to me. The Fiend, who was a new character that came out in summer of 2019, who was basically had a redemption tour or was on a revenge tour and was going after all the people that he felt was wronged. All the people that wronged him during his Bray Wyatt days. And John Cena was one of the major people because that he gave him his first loss. And so they basically just deconstructed John Cena as a character, which I believe John Cena had basically had control over this match. A lot of this match was John Cena's idea. And so the fact that he had this type of creativity to do something completely off the wall during a pandemic where all of us were stuck in the house and all of us were trying to figure out life during that time, the fact that John Cena had the courage and balls to be like, I'm gonna just do something completely out the box that nobody's gonna expect, a lot of people probably won't get, but let's just do something different. And I'm like, thank you, John. It's about fucking time. And so yeah, The Fiend versus John Cena. There's so many layers to this match. To him getting dressed down to the old John Cena with the ruthless aggression, to Bray and The Fiend talking about how much of a bully he was, and then John Cena turns into the rapper and like brings out the nuts. And then he said, "You can look, but you can't touch." But hot damn, just all of that. He has the NWO thing, and he coming out to as if he's Hulk Hogan, the NWO, and Bray is, or the Fiend is Eric Bischoff. Just that whole thing was just so kooky, crazy. And then the Fiend uses John Cena's own words against him, saying he's overhyped, overrated, and he gets pinned by the Fiend by Bray Wyatt, which is crazy. So yeah, this is GOAT to me. John Cena versus Austin Theory. I'll give it a D. At least he put over Austin Theory. The lead up to this, I think I bring up the builds to this because how the build is, I think is very important to how you view the match. The fact that John Cena completely dressed down Austin Theory and was proven right that no matter what happens, you'll never be that good. You'll never be me. I'm just like, okay, well, if you lose to him, then how much, like, what does that make you? So, John Cena has never been the greatest in the ring. And I think it's here to where we start to see him having to be a part-timer, like, for real, kind of limited him in a way. He looks slower. And it looked like there's just no flow to the match. There's no true story told. But I will give it a D because at least he put over Austin Theory. At least I'll give him that. And last but not least, the last ever John Cena match of WrestleMania is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. WrestleMania 41 Las Vegas, where John Cena wins title number 17. Record-breaking title record number 17. Now, this is going to be very controversial. I went back to watch this match a couple of times, and I feel like this match is... Like, I understand people being disappointed in the finish. I think all the criticisms of this match really goes towards we wanted to see The Rock. I've heard almost every criticism of this match, and the main point everybody has said is, I wanted to see The Rock. I want to see The Rock. I want to see The Rock. I want to see The Rock. So me, as someone who loves The Rock, and I feel like he's the GOAT for real, I can look over the fact that The Rock didn't come in. And I think if everything stayed the same, even though I thought Travis Scott coming in was completely stupid, I can't overlook that because at least he was involved in the actual heel turn. I think my only gripe is they never had the final act 3 to where you hit the crescendo of the final pin. To me, I said it before, I'm gonna say it again, had they had 2 more pinfalls to where, going back to WrestleMania 20, John Cena, after the whole Travis Scott thing and Cody Rhodes take out Travis Scott, he brings out Brass Knucks, then takes out Cody Rhodes. Goes for the pin, 1-2, Cody kicks out. Cena's frustrated, goes to take off the top of the announce table. Cody Rhodes reverses the FU into the crossroads on the announce table, throws him in the ring, 1-2, Cena kicks out, another ref bump. This is where Travis Scott puts the title in the ring, so he's useful in the finish. And then kick to the balls, hit him on the head with the belt. 1, 2, 3. He becomes champion. I think it just needed another 5 minutes of giving us a few more near falls so that the final near fall feels, crazy. But anyway, that didn't happen. I say this is a you can't see me average. I think had The Rock been involved, this probably would be an AA for real. Because it is still record. It still is history, and it still is. I thought they were having an actually pretty good match after the first 5-7 minutes to where it was kind of slow. I thought they were starting to have a real good finish to where Cody Rhodes was kicking out of stuff and fighting back. It isn't really until I think, what move was it? Was it? I think it was an AA or something. I think it was an AA where Cody kicked out again, and then Travis Scott came out. To where it kind of takes you out of the match. But even with that being said, I think people are a little bit too harsh on this match, and that's coming from someone who doesn't care for John Cena at all. But I think people are just a little bit too harsh in this match. I think, again, if it just was given another 5 minutes, even with everything that happened in real time, this would be like a AA type of match, even without The Rock. But I'll say you can't see me average. I know a lot of people might have it under D or FU. But I think it was fine. I think it was okay. It was fine. But those are my ranking of John Cena matches in WrestleMania history from WrestleMania 20 to WrestleMania 41 again. I'm almost positive this will be John Cena's last WrestleMania match. I'm interested to see how you feel. Like, comment, subscribe, share all the things are the things. Welcome to the High Bitch. This is Arcade, your hardcore casual fan. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.